Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Burning Wheel. We are joined by four
Burning
Dominique
Wheel.
Pastorinos.
So many wheels are burning.
Introduce yourself, starting with Phil.
Hey, I'm Bethany on the board, playing a character called Secret Craft.
And the
me,
other Phil?
I am the other Phil. I'm Klika on the board, playing a character called Christoph Anador. Also Batman. But not really.
What about this guy?
I roll out Dominic Prick.
Dominic Prick rolls out like an awful bot.
And I'm Kikoskia, and I'm playing Judson Pond. That said, with less and less enthusiasm every time. So when she's like, Kikoskia, Judson Pond. Yeah.
You're still not a bridge, so you're really failing to live up to your name.
I know. I haven't got Bridgewise yet.
Okay, last time we left the semi-group, 3 of them had made it back to the Clay Cave, which is a rather natty abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
And had just had a nautical revelation.
We had.
The Clay Cave, come on, yeah. Meanwhile, the stealth Siegfried was lurking in the cartel to trick them into thinking he's a real bro.
It doesn't work because he doesn't have the secret tattoo.
I'm a real person.
Well, they might not check. He is wearing armor. Like, depends how much you can gather information.
Anyway.
Okay, so how would you like to start? We can start with Phil, or we can start with El Gruperinos.
Well, we'd gone to sleep.
Okay, you chaps gone to sleep. Thus, we now come to the fact you have to decide what your character is doing. All the commotion having ended at this cartel dockhouse, you have to work out what your character's going to do. I mean,
blow his cover and flee the scene.
So basically, what's happened is that there's been this commotion. This guy, I can't remember, Clark, you knocked him out, didn't you? And then he woke up and he was like, "Ow, my head arena."
I tried not.
Choked
Actually,
him.
Yeah, you choked him out.
Oh yeah. Well, you mean the guy in the room?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes,
okay.
I choked him out.
So everybody found this guy, and they say some fucking loon stole in here, stole a page, ran away, choked me out, etc.
Stole the manifest, yeah, or something.
Fucking loon. This guy was a fucking loon. And so that ruckus has been solved. However, unfortunately, 2 of the guards on the outside, one got shot in the head, the other got blinded. So that's what's going on there. And your character has to decide what they're going to do. I think you were bringing
the
back
last
in.
thing I was doing, I was bringing the wounded guy back.
Yes, you were. Okay, good. So now you have to say what angle is your character going to take?
So at the moment, I'm just
Awesome.
gonna burn it all.
Yes.
I'm just gonna bring the guy back to the foreman and the others who were sort of grouped up talking about something, weren't they?
Yes, they were all grouped up around.
I think the last thing I did was ask. We need an apothecary or something.
Good call.
Yes. Okay, so you suggest that an apothecary is needed. Okay, so the foreman looks at you and says, "That's a fine suggestion. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody like that here. We're going to need to get him back to sort of the backstreet doctor that we normally use for this type of stuff." Referring to the guy who's had shit thrown in his eyes by fucking Rupert and his egg-crushing ways.
Oh yeah!
I hold up your dreams like this egg and crush them.
Ineffectually.
Get egg!
And then
It turns out he did crush the egg. He just
then,
You know
and then I got stabbed.
in game, Rupert knows that because his character was in the cartel. So any cartel people we meet could be throwing eggs at us. That will blind us.
No, I
It's a
think
horrible thought.
thought the eggerinos. Thank you for that suggestion.
When the
All your
terrible
enemies
terrible egg jugglers from the faraway land arrive, we will all cower in fear.
egg-headed arrows, just ching,
Ah!
fucking eggs. Okay,
Be a Zen archer.
so how it rapidly becomes clear. What kind of an idiot throws a shoe? It rapidly becomes clear that that the actual shipment was completely fine, and all that was taken was the single part of the manifest, and a bunch of people were assaulted. So, rather than deciding to take the shipment back via boat, which is an unsuccessful strategy, they've decided, they all loaded onto a cart in the front area and send off a quadruple guarded shipment. Are you going to follow the shipment, or what's your strat?
I'm going to try and sign up with them essentially. My angle being that I want to get a lot of fucking revenge on the brass people.
Okay. So what do you? So that's what you're saying. You're saying I want to say.
So look,
So-
These brass bastards tried to kill
Bastards.
me 3 times in the last 3 days, and they've attacked your warehouse. And God knows, the last time I saw them, there was at least a score of them. So there's no way.
No way what? No way what? Oh dear. I've lost connection to the server. Not good. I wonder why. Let's check this out. Well, that was interesting.
Yep.
That was an internet blip from the host.
Blip.
The
Where
third
did we
nipple,
get cut off?
the third nipple having been acquired. I can't actually remember what exactly you were saying when it cut off because I was just like, what?
Who's typing
So I'll
rubbish?
start over from the beginning again.
That's not rubbish. That's derived from the man with the golden gun.
That is true, but I would just say,
Christopher Lee, no less.
I'm just going to be like...
Are you going to talk shit about Christopher Lee?
I'm just making it a lot more simple.
So we
Oh,
go
damn it.
again now.
Yes.
We
Okay,
we
let's
live?
bounce Arini. Okay, so you were saying that you were absolutely not going to do something.
You wanted vengeance.
Oh yes, vengeance
Yeah.
against the brass Arini.
Generic
They've
vengeance.
tried to kill me 3 times in the last 3 days. You don't have enough guys to defend both your warehouse and the shipment. I saw like a score of them the last time they tried to kill me and ran for my life. I've got a sword. I'm looking for vengeance. I'll quite happily sign on for free, and if we get the opportunity to kill these bastards.
Oh wait, are you trying to start a gang war?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is
shit!
a good plan.
This is a good plan, Arini. A plan of Von Truni. Okay, I think I see what I'm going to do this. Cool. Okay, so he's just like, yeah, we can use every hand. We can use all hands on deck, to use a nautical analogy.
Unfortunately, you've got a cart, so it doesn't work.
Shut up! This cat's got a big deck. Anyway, so you're following the man train as they snake their way through the night streets.
Yeah.
Do not
Okay.
Google man train, by the way.
What?
Do not Google man train. Don't do it.
Oh,
I
God.
think that's an advice for life. Moving on.
Okay, so you.
And
I mean,
as we do so, I'm attempting to memorize the route.
it's not particularly tricky.
Yeah.
And finally you come to a tall building, the back of the docks district, where it's really now just part of the more general town. And it looks kind of like, you know how you have it behind a tavern, you have stables. There's kind of a
Yeah.
low thatch building. It's one of those that you're being hustled into, where the cart is promptly unloaded by a bunch of bros who look rather furtive. Furtive bros would be an apt description. And next is an extremely tall, it's sort of four-story tall building, made of wood, you know, like a lot of buildings, and seemingly with no commercial purpose. Although, you know, the downstairs seems to have a fairly large doorway, in and out of which bros are flowing, while there are also guards on the door. So
Okay.
that's what's going on there. And well, I mean, you can't actually see that right this moment because it's only moderately well lit. But yes, that's
Yeah.
right what would normally appear. And you must now elect what you are going to do.
So what are the guards who
Awesome.
I was with doing at the moment?
They're helping to unload. A bunch of them have gone inside, or are heading inside through a back door.
Splinter Cell.
So I guess I will help to unload as well.
Like this is the thing.
Blend
Like,
right in.
exactly. nobody's going to be like, hey,
Stop helping!
stop helping. Okay. You don't fail to help them unload the crate because
Aw.
there's tons of you. And you hustle the crate in, and then the form taps you on the shoulder and says, I suggest going up a couple of floors and talking to a man. Shit, I gotta think of a good name.
Bob.
No, Bob's a shit name. He's got to be something
Best name.
dramatic.
Devlin.
All right, we'll call him Dev. Good suggestion. You gained Devlin Wise.
No! Don't give him Devlin Wise, that's too powerful!
He gets it for free.
No!
So on the second floor, there's a man called Devlin with a scar on his forehead who you should talk to about what exactly he'll be requiring from you if you want to sign up as muscle.
Do you know how I got
That
this
sounds good
scar?
to me.
Did you fall on the side of a tavern table? Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So you make your way up the stairs. It seems like a lot of these rooms have things like scales in them and people sitting there writing stuff down. one of the rooms on the ground floor. As far as you can tell, it looks like a kitchen, and then you look quite carefully and realize there was no food in there. There were just a bunch of people heating like pots and pans with stuff in them, but definitely not food. So you're not really sure what's going on there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day, and then you
No.
you reach the second floor, which looks a bit more administrative, and you imagine if this were a nicer building, this would be an office, but it's simply a room. There's a guy sitting down with a table, and he's writing. Well, he has a guy who's writing a bunch of stuff, and he's just kind of sitting there dictating.
I don't think I ever got the foreman's name, did I?
We can say you did.
Yeah.
Call
I'll say
him
that
Rodney. There you go.
Rodney sent me up here
Rodney Senpai.
to sign on.
So this guy should be called Del Boy, not Devlin.
Jesus Christ, no. Okay, so he looks at you slightly suspiciously, and he's just like, "Really? Who sent you?"
Nobody. And I guess I give him the same explanation I gave the foreman.
Okay, no, he seems quite happy with it. It seems like, I mean, do you also mention the stuff that happened as well? Like, did you tell him? Do you effectively give him an update?
Yeah, I guess I do as well.
Okay, cool. Because that way, so
So we're on
it
the
seems
same
like
page.
exactly. He feels like you've been sent up here to tell him a bunch of information, but actually you haven't. He's like, okay, good. So you mentioned the people who died.
At the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned that one guy was killed. Another guy seems to have been blinded pretty badly.
Okay. He says, do you have their names?
None unless I got them. I don't think I did.
Okay, cool. He's just like, okay, I need to find out who those were. And he gets out a big ledger, and he's like, got to keep track of your employees.
Keeping notes on a criminal conspiracy.
Of course,
Okay.
it's the best way to go. Just in case you get
Yep.
discovered, it's all right there.
You have to keep track
Cartel
of your
is just another name for company.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you're running a serious criminal business, you can't keep track of your employees, then you're in serious trouble. Because what happens if you give a bro X quantity of money to go and perform some mission and he doesn't?
I've seen the movies. You know everybody's name. You just know it.
It's true. That is correct.
Yeah.
Because everyone is either called Vinny or Vito.
His name was Vinny the Eyeballs. He had such beautiful eyeballs, and they've been ruined.
Now we'll
Such
call
a
him
flower
Vin-
gets
now
over
we'll
the
The
call-
other guy who got shot in the head, his name was Lorenzo the Head, because his head was so shaped,
Such a beautiful
such
head.
a beautiful specimen of a head.
Anyway.
Exactly.
And it
It's
is ruined.
Anywho.
gone. Okay, so what he says, okay, so in that case, what I suggest you do is you come back tomorrow. What we normally do is we dish out missions around about 5 in the afternoon as we've analyze what's going on. So we suggest that you come back 5 o'clock. Come here. Use the following phrase. He says, say Sparrowhawk, something at the front door.
Okay.
I'll let you in, and then come see me, and we'll discuss what exactly we'll need you to do.
Sounds good to me.
And thus, he says, if you've got nothing more, I've got to deal with this and find out what the fuck happened downstairs.
Yep. So I
Somebody's
get
been
back
cooking
downstairs.
hot dogs on the pans again. God darn it, Devlin says.
So you are now pretty much free to wander around. Like, he hasn't actually stopped you from going anywhere. So.
You steal everything that isn't nailed down.
You fucking JC Denton.
They're now flagged as friendly. They don't mind.
I'm not really gonna have a big look around. I'll probably head back to the warehouse now. And get some rest.
Okay. So you arrive back at at the Clay Cave.
If you were followed, oh shit.
He's already shat. The shitting has already happened.
Moving on.
And someone writes, kitchen, Kiko must get a hard on. Even in his sleep, the stiffness of his erection.
No.
Okay, so you arrive back and find everybody asleep. You sneak in, and you bed down.
And then morning
Do I hear
arrives.
Phil coming back?
Were you awake at the time?
No.
In that case, you
I don't
don't.
think
Do I
anybody
wake-
set
do I
guards,
wake up?
so do I have to make a stealth check to?
Do I
don't
wake
get-
up from him
I
coming back?
don't think you do. I think
No.
this is sort of like 3 in the morning, and you bros are like.
You feel the warmth.
Suddenly you feel
The
warmth
wind,
pressing
the air,
against
the
you
air
from behind.
density in the warehouse has changed. Someone has invaded.
Phil has come back.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
it's morning now. I take it.
Okay, and thus, as the rosy fingers of dawn creep their way over the mountains, what mountains, what fingers, what Rosie.
I was about to say mountains.
Judson wakes up,
Exactly.
and you know what his first thought is?
This smells like shit.
Time to cook breakfast!
Yeah.
Oh, my arm!
What did you take the stat hit on in the end? Was it actually your fault?
I
was
wanted
fought.
to do it on speed or agility instead, but I haven't gotten around to it.
Okay, so pick which stat you want it to be.
It was fought.
Agility.
Agility. Ah,
But I have to put some shit down then.
no, your skills never go down.
Yeah, but some of the other crap, doesn't it?
Your reflexes might go down. I don't think they will though. What's your current reflexes?
4.
Yeah, it won't go down.
I'm carefully preparing food for a group.
Carefully and patiently.
No, just carefully.
Quack! You fucked up my
Kiko, I'm saying yes. You
Yes.
achieve breakfast.
Marvellous. Are you shouting that, Dominic?
You've achieved
He's
breakfast.
whimpering it into a bale of hay.
Are
That was
Are
some
you, are,
reason.
you,
there.
are, you, are you shouting that you're in pain?
Yes.
Oh god, can someone shut him up, please?
I'm not. I set his arm I set his arm just fine. I just don't think he's recovering very well.
You set it flat where he's incompetent.
No, I didn't. I said it absolutely fine. I just don't think his body's recovering very well.
Christoph really does not want to hear this guy wailing around, so I'm going outside with my crossbow and I'm gonna like shoot a few balls as training.
Okay.
Does that work? Like, can you
That's
use
you can
balls,
go
right?
out and do training. However,
It takes a long time.
yeah, like straightforward training because it's not in combat.
Well, I'm not really doing it to like get better at it. I'm just kind of like
No,
wasting
no.
some
I mean,
time.
you can actually over time build up. You get tests from this type of stuff. I mean, for a martial skill.
Martial skill.
Yeah, 1 month. If you did a month of this, a month of 2 hours a day, you'd get a routine test.
Yeah.
Well, no. Like I said, I just want to waste some time. I don't know what he's doing. Like,
Well,
he's
you won't get a check from it,
you can
but
practice it. You won't get a check, but yeah, you can go out and fire bolts at
so I've
pigeons.
prepared food for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, Phil, you can wake up whenever you want. Having woken up by Rupert's agonized moaning.
Judson is surprised to see you're back. You're back earlier than I expected you to be. To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to come back at all
What the hell
today.
happened there?
What part of there?
Well, you killed a guy, blinded another guy.
To be fair, I didn't kill anyone.
Someone did.
That would be Christoph.
Why am I not surprised?
Crossbow bolt straight through the head, and I believe it was Dominic that threw some weird thing he made into someone else's eyes.
I
He
come
also
back
got-
into the warehouse, hearing Kiko say that, and I said, and I think it was you who started taking their purses.
We weren't questioning that, we were questioning who killed people.
What? Who's worse, the corpse robber or the murderer?
Seriously.
Point
just-
aside,
Leaning in the corner now.
Dominic took a cudgel to the shoulder. I set it as best. I set it back, but he's not recovering well.
Well,
Put it on wrong.
Or he's just being a sissy.
What I shall say is canonically, there is injury to the joint. You've placed the joint back into the correct position, so it could heal. But it turns out there is lasting damage to the joint that you couldn't have fixed.
Yeah.
Because I mean, literally, you did the utmost that you could have done.
I got 8 successes on that.
It could also be a nerve that's pinched in the socket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so I'm sure that. The point
Judson
is
did
either way,
all
it's
he
rough.
possibly could. Short
and
of amazingness.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Siegfried, where were you? Like,
Getting
what
a
were
job
you up
at the
to?
cartel.
How did that go?
You got a
Pretty well.
job.
What did you learn?
Surprisingly well.
Not much. I described the building to them, sort of the layout, that sort of
Guards?
thing, and informed them about the roughly how many people I saw, the passphrase, the name of the guy I met, so they can name drop him, and the foreman's name if necessary, so they can name drop both of them if they want to.
What's the? Are you expected there again?
Yep.
When?
Was it 5 o'clock?
It was deep 5 o'clock.
That's a long
Yep.
time.
So what is your game here? Are you just trying to get as much information out of them as possible?
Well, they're involved somehow. They knew what they were transporting.
Hmm.
What did you find out?
We
I
found,
guess we could tell him, yeah, like about
we-
the manifest.
I read the manifest. It wasn't easy. All weird,
Manifest Destiny.
all weird words. And I found that up until a week ago, they were shipping all kinds of different things. And then there was a day where they shipped absolutely nothing, and all of their ships were gone, replaced with one ship that's shipping one thing every 3 days. And I think, Christoph, you saw it was it wasn't a seaworthy ship.
No, it wasn't seaworthy. It was, as far as I could tell, it was very, very low in the water.
Which means wherever they're getting it from, they're not travelling far. My theory, although I have no idea if it's true, is that they must be getting it either from a source from the Brass Quarter or the Brass Quarter itself.
Just to qualify, by not seaworthy, this means the ship clearly couldn't go across the sea to somewhere else. But
yeah, so that's what we found out.
It's not ocean worthy.
That's what
This is in character, by the way. Did it say if the ships that had stopped had been destroyed, or if they sent them
no
somewhere?
reference of that. Just that they weren't being used anymore. So I don't know.
It said nothing about the ships, where they went, or what happened to them.
Just that they were all
just
replaced with one ship.
The cartel is running a really weird operation.
I'm not sure the cartel's entirely running it anymore.
Yeah. The crate that I saw had the Brass Empire icon on it.
Which leads to my credence of it being a Brass Empire source or the Quarter itself.
Presumably that's the one that was on the cart. This is out of character, Luke.
Yes.
That's the one that was on the cart, so I would have gotten a good look at the fact that it's got a Brass Empire sigil on it.
Yeah. Plus, you manhandled the thing.
Yeah.
You hand-mandled it.
So I guess from here on out, our best bet of what we can do is to have Siegfried keep working for the cartel and finding out where that source is, because that will hopefully lead us to the Brass Empire.
It might.
Who, tried killing you.
It might.
Oh well, it's a good suggestion, I think.
Yeah.
Solid suggestion.
I want to take Siegfried aside real quick, so I motion to him to take him aside.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay. I basically just say, while you're in there, I know you're trying to find out what's going on with you guys and with the Brass Empire and so on, but keep your eyes and ears open if you hear any news about what happened to my family.
I will, but it's fairly hard to invent a reason to be places you shouldn't be.
Judson is wondering what on earth could be so important for them to have gone to.
For what it's worth, I think it would be possible for us to get more than just me into the cartel.
Well,
we know the passphrase. We have someone who can make disguises.
Well, we should talk about that in the open, but keep everything with the family between the two of us if you might hear something. The cartel must know something when one of the biggest families in town gets out of the picture.
They get crossed out.
Out of the picture. Anyway, so we go back to the group.
Yeah, go back.
What was all that about?
Just talking.
I don't believe them. I'm actually.
I want to tell a falsehood. It was about
No, I seriously don't believe you, because.
That's fine. I just I don't react to it.
Wasn't today when we had to go to talk to?
Yes.
Yep. So we need to send either one guy there or dress all of us up.
I'm not going back to the agency office.
Neither am I.
We've been tailed too many times there now.
Nope.
I'll do it then.
I'll
do it. Cunts. I'll do it. Please.
Okay.
How about then we arrange a meeting place that's further from here for meeting again after whatever happens today happens.
How about you guys set up an ambush, and when I go back, I'll go that way, and if someone follows me, you'll get the drop on them.
God, our group's sending Dominique to represent us.
Why are we intrinsically out to kill them?
I didn't.
Perhaps because they tried to cut our heads off.
True, but
getting them alive
Brockton wanted one alive.
Yeah, we should capture one and have Judson perform first aid on him. He'll talk.
Cool.
It's not my fault your shoulder's not recovering properly.
Even Christoph has to has to crack a tiny smirk at that one.
I'm not impressed.
The tragedy is, he did such a good job. He's not
He
even
did.
trained.
He did, but it's still.
Character's not impressed by that.
I agree that we should get someone alive. It's the best source of information we can get.
Can any of you cunts write?
Yep.
Yes.
Are you asking if I can write words? I can
Yes,
You
a
may
literate
recall-
party.
I picked
I'm-
up a bunch of paper last session, so
I
all we need now is a pen and ink.
I don't do anything by the book because I'm illiterate. So I will I'll take a report to Brockton.
Yeah.
If you'll write one up, we can use some coals from the fire if you have paper.
Well,
Sure.
if Clyco wants to shoot some birds down, we can get a quill.
That wouldn't be advisable to do inside city
No, I think-
grounds.
I
Some
can do it. Christoph is so confident. I'm like, I can do it. no
Yeah, let's
problem.
get busted for poaching the birds.
Still
Yeah,
wouldn't
th-
be.
I don't think
Still
it's
wouldn't.
poaching. They're just fucking seagulls, man. You should
This is
gun
a
them down and they give you money.
multi-layered
I
plan
could.
that'll work. Okay, you go shoot
If you're
birds.
going for seagulls, I could help you get seagulls.
No, Justin, you're off to catch a squid.
No, I'm not.
Do we still have some? Do we still have some breadcrumbs or bread lying around?
I cooked.
Okay, yeah. Do we still have some bread?
How much did you eat?
I don't.
There's probably
I'm-
some bread around. yeah,
I'm
why
getting myself a little bit of bread and I'm breaking it into pieces and I'm going outside, throwing it on the ground, waiting for a seagull
might
or
as
what
well
have you
help
to
you
show
with-
up,
Bird of the
and then
bird
I will
pigeons.
shoot it.
Might as well
with
help
my-
you with this.
I'm gonna say you could use the charcoal approach if you want to, rather than trying to produce a quill. I mean, the problem is the quill's quite.
Most elaborate shit in the world.
Yeah, the
Wait,
quill's
th-
not.
If we're using charcoal, then the benefit is that the quill makes it sharper and easier, more legible.
That's true. Do you have any ink?
Well,
Can we-
you don't need ink. You just need the charcoal, the quill to sort of focus the charcoal, as opposed to when you're writing with charcoal, you make huge blurry shit.
That's true.
It's quite difficult to read.
You can sharpen if you've got charred sticks. You can sharpen them to make budget pencils.
Could
Yeah,
do that
that's
as well.
true. We'll do that. We do that rather than that. It's more practical.
If you shove the
really wanna
stick
shoot
up your ass and write that way, can we get a check on agility?
I really want to shoot.
No.
Just use the blood as ink. Suggests
So
somebody.
We fashioned for ourselves from various wood bits and pieces a basic pencil, right?
Yes, you've got your
And use
pencil.
that to write. So I need to find something to kill the day with.
Well,
Well,
the question
So
becomes:
I'm the one writing this, right?
Yes.
what do you want to write on your little report? Your report, Rooney.
Let's say that my tone is not best pleased with the amount of help we've had from the Tyrian the Tajaran intelligence agency.
Well, I think
Fact that
I
we
feel
were-
like they've said they weren't going to give you anything. They're just like,
They
fuck
said they
you.
were going to have at least one person following us. The least they could do if they want, if Brockton wants this to have a chance of succeeding, is
He was
try
probably
and make
lying just to
sure-
me. He's probably lying just to make you behave.
Yeah.
I know he probably is, but my character probably at the moment believes.
He's going to be
that.
salty about it.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty pissed off that they attacked us at my bloody home. Which I'm
That is
hoping
true.
is not burnt to the ground when we get back there.
Well, at this point in time, let's not stand around so much, but get something done.
Burn to the ground. Source charcoal.
Please no. I spent 15 minutes
My
on that.
character's thinking
I
on what.
write this letter with the charred remains of my house.
So what do you guys?
Yeah, what do
deciding?
we want to do
I explained where we're at the moment, including giving him the sparrowhawk passphrase in case he didn't have it before.
Okay, yeah.
Word it fairly unimpressed with his current help to us, and hand it over to Dominique.
Dominique is working on a convincing disguise this time. A bit better quality than
If you'll
he-
accept my help, I'll give it to you.
Is that do I need to make a writing
Oh.
check for that or look? Or is that just straight up?
I feel like you probably don't need to.
I can help you with that disguise.
Wait,
I
no,
want
this
to
is sewing, I think.
While they're doing the disguise thing and Phil is
Actually, if
Phil
it's
is
sewing,
writing
I
that,
can't help him.
Luke, I want you to like kind of patrol a little bit around the warehouse and like just keep my eyes open if there's anything that I can spot.
Okay, cool. Respectable, respectable.
Could either of you go have a look at somewhere an alley I might lead potential pursuers through that you can catch them
I can do that. Yeah,
Possibly set up a trap of some sort.
I can do that while
We
walking
want
around.
them alive this time. Fucking dicks.
Okay. Let's do this. So this is the strat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah!
I have no strat. I have no plan currently.
Are you going to take part in their hilarious ambush?
No.
All right.
No, they're only scouting out an ambush location. They're not actually doing the ambush yet.
That is true. That is true. So
don't-
Phil, you're off to the what's its faces at 5 or so.
Actually, my intent is to go shopping potentially for other random provisions because the food's not going to last forever.
Okay.
Because
That's respectable. I can give you an obstacle 1 resource test.
okay, let's do this. Actually, I might want to persona this because otherwise I could fail.
Yes.
What
Persona.
now? That I have to put a persona by resources. Yeah.
Would you shade shift your?
You can shade shift resources.
If you shade shift, you're just unnaturally resourceful.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yes, I pass.
Successity!
I now have resources 1.
Your resources has advanced to 1.
And
You're roughly as resourceful as a peasant.
That 1d6 cash is now gone, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
the cash is gone, but
1D
you now
gone.
have 1D of permanent cash, pretty much.
Hooray! So basically, I've gone shopping for general food, water, provisions of provisiony stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to say that you guys scout out an appropriate location to lead bros back through if necessary.
Money, resource, get.
Yes. Okay, so how is the operation get Rufus to the intelligence building without him trailing back?
Farcically,
all the
that's how
bros?
it's going.
The most buxom washerwoman.
Well,
What?
I found this alleyway, which I personally think would work for an
Is
ambush.
it called Murder Alley?
Has to
called-
relate a homeless
it's-
man to make him go, but
It's called
go away.
Criminal Activity High Alley.
Oh, good.
Nice, nice.
In short, Crime Alley.
Okay, cool. Anybody else got any thoughts about what Rufus going to do in order to sneak in?
Well, I was showing the disguise, wasn't I? Or
Okay, yeah. Let's
How
say
long
Where
that.
is he trying to sneak into again?
How long would it take him to sew that disguise? Would I have come back by the time he's finished making this
Well, I
disguise?
sort of had half a disguise from before, so I assume I could just add a little bit
How
to
long-
it.
What-
You know, gentlemen,
Yeah.
Gentlemen, while you're doing all of this, you do realize that no one there knows me and I could just walk in there and hand the letter off.
They would also have
You can
no.
make that point.
Yeah, but
I am literally making
you can't make
this
that point to
right
me
now.
because I'm not there.
I am making this point right now as Ruford is like just sewing like a madman.
How?
Are
when
you
would-
sure you'd be able to walk out again?
I have 2 legs that
What-
make me walk in.
At what point would I have come back
I'm
in the making of this
Quietly
disguise,
withholding the
Luke?
information that I told them that Anadar existed, Christoph existed.
Oh, you
I'm not
told
sa-
them that.
I'm not saying anything about that in character. So
Oh.
If I'm
I don't know
there,
if
you
anyone
could...
else is.
I
but,
certainly
I'm
know,
not.
but I probably would have only just got back.
I don't know about it, so I'm literally just
Is
going
that
like,
right,
hey,
Luke?
like, I could do this, just saying.
Luke,
Sorry, what did you say?
am
Keegan,
I?
just then?
What point in his making his disguise do I get back? Wouldn't have took me long to go for base provisions. would
Christoph
it?
at this point actually kind of thinks that it wouldn't be all that bad to meet this Brockton guy.
Am I back at this point? Luke?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you saying this out loud, Christoph, about meeting Brockton?
Yes.
Oh right.
Because I need, like, right now, one of my beliefs about, finding out the truth of my family is that I must gather resources and must keep and gather allies for this.
Well, I'll tell you
So,
for free, you're not going to
you know.
get much out of my brother. It's hard enough getting a copper out of him.
Well, I have my ways with people.
Besides, he probably knows. Besides, he knows about you anyway.
Siegfried quietly conceals a grin.
Besides, it's no secret if you go and meet him.
Well, yeah, I can go meet him and give you that letter. Give him that letter.
Cunts.
Yes.
Why do you keep saying that, Dominic?
It takes one to know one.
Fucking-
Okay, so do you want to accept that? Like, do you want me to do
I think
that?
it's
or...
a terrible idea, but if you
Meeting
want to go, you can
meeting
go.
my brother is generally a terrible idea, but people keep doing it.
Yeah, we're not even sure you could get to see him since you're not one of the people. But you might just be.
Yeah, but you don't need to see him. You can just drop off the
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
So it's only dropping the letter off.
I suppose.
By the way, I actually managed to get you some cheese this time, Dominic.
We didn't agree to that, Kiko, you rules bender.
Ha ha. Basic
Okay,
provisions.
I just say, Siegfried, just give me the letter. I'm gonna drop it off now.
Yep.
Okay, so I take the letter and I get directions, I guess, from the guys where this house, like information center or what you call it, actually is.
This shit.
Ruffle.
I'm trailing him.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask Rupert to trail him.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Rufus,
Do I know
are you-
about
are you-
this?
Rufus,
Do I
No.
know that he's training me?
Rufus,
No.
are you disguised Reno?
I'm a disguised Reno.
But have you disguised Reno?
Bucks
How
and
have I
washerwoman,
disguised
please.
Reno?
Yes.
Bucks and washerwoman.
A very, very disturbed old man.
Okay, are you going to roll a disguise roll?
I will roll disguise roll.
All right, cool.
I will have Damien help me.
Thank
I mean,
you.
Judson help me.
What's the obstacle?
There is an obstacle. This is if somebody turns up and tries to beat it. This is what they have to beat.
Okay.
Fuck
Nice.
y'all.
Wow.
He looks
The blue one's useless. Fuck this shit.
He
Hey.
looks exactly like an
the
old
most
man.
deserved old man you've ever seen.
Seriously. It's like whoever looks at this just reels back
Hey,
in this
but I
stuff
helped.
what old age can do.
I helped.
It's going to require begging arms on the way because everyone feels so sorry for him.
Hey, there is a skill. The begging skill.
No, he doesn't even have to beg, they just throw money at him.
They're like, oh my god, he's so deserved. How could this be?
Out! Alright.
Sig-
It's a poor man.
Judson's going to look to Siegfried and go, well, what about us? What do we do?
Okay, so you reach the intelligence.
Wow.
Oh,
You-
oops.
Hello?
I just did something dumb. I'm sorry about
Did
that.
you disconnect?
Can I go?
No, I just accidentally, I was like, I don't need Steam open for this. And then I realized, fuck, Tabletop Simulator is on Steam.
So what is
Oh,
how
God.
is Siegfried answering that, by the way?
I'm not really sure. I don't think we have much to do because I'm gonna, I guess, clean my sword, use trying to sort of whetstone it and everything so it's nice and sharp, check my armor, that kind of stuff, general preparations. For
Are you
evening.
really expecting that much combat, Siegfried?
well, let's see. They blew up a boat 2 days ago. Then a day ago they tried to kill us at our house. So I'd say the Brass Empire are pretty serious about this.
Hmm.
If you want to, you can try and trail me.
That's
Not necessarily into the house, but it might be worth having someone on the roofs or something keeping up with me.
the roofs. I think I'd probably fall off.
Well,
I
ask Christoph. He seems competent at climbing.
I'm not Christoph.
Christoph is also doing the whole mail thing.
I
so-
could probably follow on foot.
Meanwhile, as the trail of Klika plus his incredibly deserved old man tail.
You get mugged.
My
This guy is so good you can't even identify that it's the same guy when you look around a couple of times. You're like, why are there so many deserved old men following me around today? It's crazy. It's, you arrive at the what's it, and the guy at the door just gives you a funny look, and he's just straight up like, "You're not coming in." Like, he's just straight up just like, "This is a private members club. Who are you kidding?" So what are you gonna do, Clicker? You gotta convince this guard.
I have to convince the god.
Yeah, he's just straight up just like, "Who the fuck
Nope.
are you? I'm not letting you in here."
Well, I mean, first of all, I have my mark of privilege, and I'm
I
pretty
think that's
charismatic
why he's
too.
not letting you in.
What's the? I mean, we knew that it's disguised as a brothel, but does it show any outward signs of being a brothel outside?
No. It's this thing is that it has a like all brothels, there is a guy on the door.
Yeah,
And this
and
guy's-
he doesn't want to let me in.
Correct.
I basically, since I'm very charismatic and I look like a man of privilege, so I basically go tell him that I need to be in there. I have business here. And I say it in such a way that implies that I know exactly what's going on and I know exactly what's behind those doors. And I
Okay,
am
this is
supposed to be
this
behind
is
those
this is a persuaderino.
Persuaderino. Well, good thing that I have persuasion 4.
But you've got to beat his 4 will.
3, 4. Okay.
You can do it carefully.
Wait, okay, I will carefully persuade him.
If you want, you could try forking in a skill if you can explain to me how you're using it.
You should get an
Sewing.
advantage dice from his market.
Use your seduction.
Actually, I think the mark of
Use my
privilege is
seduction, exactly.
Caress his inner thigh.
I
with
think
your
the mark of
seduction.
privilege is working against him here, Bethran.
Remember, you can always claim advantage dice. Tell me why you get advantage dice, and I'll tell you if you get it.
Because I'm really charismatic. Like, I'm a charismatic dude. I have a call-on trait charismatic, and that
That
way,
allows
you know,
you to re-roll this
tell
if you
myself.
fail.
Oh,
Reroll. You
that's-
get to re-roll failures. That's what that does.
Oh, okay, that's
A call-on trait means charismatic call-on trait means that when you roll failures, you can elect to once per scene re-roll the failures in a dice roll for persuade.
Okay. Well, I will use my oratory skill and fork that in there.
Okay, cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is that so? You're not doing it carefully.
Oh, sorry. 6.
You gotta beat 4.
Then he rolls all ones.
No, you can
Did you
re-roll.
already roll it?
No. Kiko's just saying you're gonna roll a 1.
Oh.
Nope. Good, it
Oh,
worked.
success through.
Good, it worked.
So that was persuasion, right?
That indeed was a difficult persuasion. 6
Yep.
versus 4 is difficult. So yes, that was
Well
difficult.
done.
Does oratory also get something because I
No.
forked it in?
No, only
If
the
you
primary
help,
skill
if you
gets
help
to.
people, then you get.
Ah, okay, if I help you.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a bit 4
Well, I did it and do just like, yeah.
Only the
So
primary
you persuade the guard in a torrent of verbiage, and he eventually lets you in and says, "Okay, fine, you can drop it off with the person at the front." And you come to a rather nondescript chap sitting at the front desk, and do you want to just pass him the piece of paper and wander out again?
I look
I
around.
want to say
If
for
I
Brockton.
I was about to say, are there any other people? Can I if I look around, could I spot someone?
Yeah, there's a guy walking down a corridor at the back.
Okay, I want to see if I can maybe spot someone who looks like he could be the brother of Judson. You know,
I
like
think
from
a lot
looking similar
around
or
a
whatever.
place like this, I think being inconspicuous would probably be an advantage.
I am
Otherwise
inconspicuous.
you'd get thrown out.
You don't
fucked up.
see anybody who you can obviously identify as being the bro of Judson.
Okay. I Okay, yeah, I drop off the mail, the letter, and do I want to do more than that? No, I'm fine with that. I drop off the letter.
Okay, you reemerge like a butterfly from a pupa.
And then you get shot and put in a glass jar.
Wow. Oh.
That's
And
dark, Kiko.
That's
Are
butterflies.
you going to roll back to the Clyde Cave Central?
I want to make sure that I'm not being
Are
followed.
we?
You didn't.
That's not where you said to go, was it? You were going to go in ambush at what valley?
Yeah.
Alley? Yeah.
Oh right, sorry.
Like,
yes.
you wanted to go
yes.
through an alley that's.
Yeah,
it's
I'm going
hard
through the
enough
alley
to-
that I found earlier. I want to make sure, I want to see if I'm being followed.
Okay,
Presumably
roll your
it's-
observation versus Rupert's disguise.
Ah.
Okay, observation 2 versus Rupert's disguise.
Of
Did
five.
he have like
Yeah.
This is
6?
Obs 5.
Okay,
Get that
I'm
fatty challenging.
gonna carefully observe.
It doesn't matter. To be honest, you might just take the hit on challenging.
Well, if I
Yeah.
had rolled, well, 2 successes. I mean.
Well,
Does
I get it.
observation work when you fail
So was it
observation?
challenging? was
So
challenging?
obs didn't work if you failed it.
Actually, I don't know if the observation skill what
Okay.
it does. I know that you don't get tests towards it if you fail, but I don't know if the skill itself. Let me check. I think it might be different because observation is actually like
Observation
it's
is
a technique. for
observation is
looking.
a skill, so I think.
I think you get it for that. Let me
Well,
double
I
check.
got a routine for the disguise, so there you go.
Nice.
I should get a routine for that as well, shouldn't I?
Yes.
No,
Wait,
keep,
no, you don't because
You
yours is
help
at
me.
yours is at 5,
a disguise skill of 5. You can't no longer get routines. at
whereas
all.
I'm a disguise of 2. I only need one difficult, or I only need a challenging, I think, to get to disguise 3.
Yeah,
What's
because
the-
it says observation
More
is
difficult.
pretty much. Yeah, let me just double check. I'm sure there might be some errata on this, but observation, as far as I can tell, behaves exactly like a skill.
I think it
So,
would.
so I give it a challenging mark.
Put it there for now, and if he finds otherwise, just wipe it off.
That's my second challenging.
But you have the actual observation skill.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm only
I hate how I need like these routine checks. How
Yeah,
am I ever
I'm
gonna
only
get that?
I'm only 2 checks off getting it myself, Bethran.
I have 2 challengings on observation.
You can call me Phil. It's okay.
No, I must
They will
call you
find
by
him.
your name.
They will find him.
And they
I
will
will
be-
find
They
him.
will take all his sheep. They will be
Anyway,
gone.
so I go through this alley where we want to do the ambush, and I don't notice that I'm being followed.
Can we
Yeah.
assume that the benefit of the alley is that it's very less traveled, so
Yes.
there's not going to be many people interrupting, and it becomes blatantly obvious
Are we there
that anyone
yet, Siegfried?
following comes through, unless there's someone like a decrepit old man.
Exactly.
A decrepit old man, so decrepit you can hear his legs breaking every time he walks.
Are we
Anyway,
there?
so I go through that alley, and that's where the two others, like, they're actually already waiting there.
Are
aren't
we
they?
there?
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we are
Okay.
there.
Siegfried
Well,
certainly is.
I'm
Okay.
there. I'm there.
I'm going through that alley. Do I spot the others? Do I know they're there?
Are you guys trying to conceal
I
yourselves?
most certainly would have been trying to conceal
So-
myself with
I
stealthy.
would assume you try to get some altitude.
Okay.
No, actually, altitude would make it the most
Do we
obvious.
have sort of
Both of you roll stealthy.
I am forking in inconspicuous as I'm trying not to look obvious.
Both of you have one bonus dice from preparation because you're not having to do it immediately.
No, so I'm rolling.
stealthy based off
Stealthy
agility?
based off, I believe, perception agility.
Perception.
I'm
Perception agility.
I'm forking in inconspicuous because I'm trying to look pretty nonchalantly in my hiding place as well, just like somebody in a small little alleyway just leaning and being
You're
bored.
trying to be inconspicuous, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Are there any
Okay.
posters or anything in the alleyway?
Oh, die of fate on a one. There's some posters. Let's do this.
That's 3 successes on my stealthy.
Yep,
We
there
are-
are posters in the alleyway. The die
I'm
of
forking
fate.
in reading so that I'm reading the posters.
How,
You fucking dick.
That's how I disguise myself.
oh, so this
I'm
is
standing there.
this is inconspicuous, not stealthy then.
Okay,
okay.
yeah.
I'm
Um,
stealth.
Based off what?
Inconspicuous, I believe, is will.
I'm
That's
so
better.
mine's just 3 successes on stealthy.
But let me quickly double check, just so I don't screw anything up. Inconspicuous is indeed will. Well, that's a
They
fatty
might
one
spot.
success there.
They
from
might
Phil.
spot you.
You could fade the 6 though.
I don't think he really cares
But
that much.
is,
Yeah,
is,
I
he,
guess.
is he using the stupid hat
Either
I
way.
gave him?
So what's
Is
your
that what-
observation?
Phil, note down that's a test for inconspicuous.
What's your observation, Clyker, to
Yeah.
see if you can spot me?
My observation is 2.
So it's 2v3.
Kiko, you rolled 4 dice.
I rolled 4 dice, but
So
I got
that's,
3
routine.
successes. Yeah,
Yeah,
routine.
that's routine.
Yep, excellent.
Uh,
Thank you.
By the way, the whole point of me following him was to see if he got followed, so... it's
Yeah,
just
so Rufus making perception tests all the time as well.
Wait, I
Should
think it'd
be.
be perception is observation.
observation, yeah.
So Siegfried's pretty obvious, but I'm not to Clyker.
Okay.
It's okay. On the tank.
Well, I still normally I don't I try not to make myself noticeable that I know that Phil is there, and I'm just nonchalantly walking
Well,
through the
privilege
alleyway.
is a 10-foot aura. When anybody comes in, they feel like they're being looked down upon.
Yes. Yeah, so I just walk through the alleyway like we talked about it earlier with the ambush.
Okay, so you're
Is-
walking through the alleyway, and just as you reach the end, you hear a reedy voice calling out your name.
What, like Christoph?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hi,
I-
Christoph.
Oh, hi,
I-
Christoph.
I swing around and see who called the name.
You see an urchin, probably wearing some period-appropriate equivalent to a flat cap, running towards you, holding something in his hand.
And he's just shouting, Christoph Anador, Christoph Anador.
Yep.
Okay. I walk towards him briskly and I shout, keep your voice down. Don't say that name. What
Okay.
do you want?
Message for you. And he passes you a message and then just runs straight up. He's like,
I prepared explosive runes this morning. Boom.
Dear.
Okay, is it like is it like just an open letter? Or is it like
what
an
it
envelope? or
is a beautifully sealed letter, sealed in wax,
Was
with a
Cly-
ribbon.
How could I
does
tell
it,
if
does it have a
Clyker-
sign on it?
You can't see it from the outside. Oh yes, sorry, no, I lied. The wax has got a seal on it of some description.
Do I recognize the seal?
Do you have noble
Heraldry
wise?
wise.
I don't. I have no. I have
Well,
court
it's
gossip
heraldry
wise,
wise,
but
isn't
no.
it?
Would be
That's what it
heraldry.
was last
Yeah, it
time.
would be heraldry wise or noble wise, something like that.
Yeah.
I think.
I think he would if he's a noble from no.
I'm
from
gonna say.
Merchant
I'm gonna
House, yeah.
say. Let's say perception obs 4.
Okay.
You beat an obs 4 perception.
By the way,
so it's
is there any check for me to make to see if he was followed by anyone that's not that urchin?
You can certainly take. You can try an observation check.
I will try an observation.
just 2 successes.
Is there any doodad for this? Because it's a.
Wouldn't this only be people who has actually walked into the alley?
He's the only person who walked into the alley now.
I'm still
Yeah,
trying.
so people can't really see anyone unless they walked into the alley,
Yeah.
which
Still looking.
Dominic hasn't already.
I'm still
Yeah.
looking.
That milk.
3. Has anybody?
No,
Fair enough.
apart from this kid.
I had 2 successes, so I didn't make it.
Marking that down.
Perception, you only get a check when you.
I was actually
do it, right?
observation, not perception.
You only
Fine.
check when you succeed. Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I did
inside the ribbon, you notice a note has been tucked.
I'm not. For me, that's a skill being learnt, so that's rather just a check for doing the skill.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yo, what's up?
the child would run out the other side of the alley the way he came.
Yes.
Gonna get harassed when old
So
man.
he would go past me.
Yes, he would.
Would I have heard any of the exchange or him yelling for Christoph?
You definitely heard him yell. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll follow him.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
It's actually a
He's
good
the
idea.
urchin, he's not
think.
well dressed.
You should
Well-
try and catch him and make him ask you who gave him that message. Anyway, I
No,
opened the message.
I'm assuming he's gonna go get paid.
I think Fulius get paid in advance.
Paid by another
Actually,
urchin.
okay, so Rufus, I'm going to handle you versus the urchin. Rufus v urchin.
Urchin
We'll handle that
wins.
in a moment. For now, we're going to quickly address
Yeah.
Flyker and
I-
the bros reading the message. So you guys are
Everyone
going to
wants
come
to,
down and gather around and have a
I'm
group
not gonna
read.
gather round.
I'm not going to
keep
gather
watch.
around either.
No,
That
no,
is-
no, they don't want to. I don't want them to either. Like, I don't even. I open the envelope.
Judson might be naturally inquisitive,
message,
but
yeah.
Siegfried still
No,
stands
Judson
standing
is cautious and won't endanger this.
Yeah. So, Luke, I open the envelope and I read the message.
Okay. So the small message simply says, I think this might be of interest to you. And it's in the same hand as the person who delivered you the original sample.
Okay.
Sorry, the original sample of the white powder.
Okay.
Same hand.
That
Oh,
wasn't
sorry, same handwriting. And inside the letter is an invitation to the bearer. It's oddly not a named invitation.
Right.
For an embassy function at the Brass Quarter Embassy this evening.
The Brass Quarter Embassy or the Brass Empire Embassy?
Sorry, the Brass Empire Embassy. Good correction. You earn
Okay.
1 law point.
No, don't do that.
No.
And basically, what it is
Okay.
they have a concern, but on the very edge of the concern, right next to the sort of the boundary between the Brass Quarter and the enclave in the middle, where the rest of the government goes, there is actually a large building they use for functions, so they're sort of regarded as neutral from both sides. And so that's where they have. Because I mean, otherwise people get all salty when they're like, "Oh, you have to come into your court. No, you have to come into ours." It's like, oh,
No, you
Right,
come to
right.
this neutral one that's just
Deal with your
worse
thought.
than both of them.
well, extremely nice building.
Okay, is there anything else like about the envelopes, or is it, that's it?
But that's it. Whoever this is appears to have wangled you an invitation.
Okay, I pocket the invitation, and also the envelope. Is the
He adds the
the
envelope to his
seal on it
inventory.
still intact?
He steals the
Like
wax.
not
no,
the
you
seal,
broke
but
it.
the.
You broke it to open it.
Could you still tell the sigil?
Yes. It's I mean, it's cracked. Like the way you normally you open it without.
Yeah,
damage,
you
like
open
easy.
it by cracking it. Yeah. I pocket the envelope too,
Yeah.
because I want to show it around and ask
No,
if someone
well,
knows that.
we should assume you have thrown away nothing that you might find relevant.
Exactly. Well, the ribbon. I'll throw away the ribbon.
By the way, the other two, both Kiko and Phil, have noticed this little incident. And meanwhile, Rufus versus the urchin.
The oldest man that runs the fastest. Stop!
He's running off, so you have to beat his speed of as an urchin. He's got speed of 4. Beat his speed.
Can it?
That's pretty quick for a man like with short legs.
He's spent his whole life running.
How,
He's gonna-
how,
Running for the law!
Speed is the first thing that puberty gives you in the universe.
how does this affect his attempt to disguise?
Negative.
Like, he's
There is a
old.
very quick old
Defend-
man.
Defender wins? Or is there a defender
Well,
in this situation?
I'm in this situation. There's not a defender per se. Both of them are trying to
Tie.
run. It's a tie.
Yeah.
So basically, what that means is that it.
Rufus
Keeps up with him.
Well, I'm not trying to catch him. I'm just trying to follow him. See what
Get
he does.
off my lawn!
Okay, you successfully follow him.
So keeping the distance would be ideal.
Bugrit
Yep.
Millennium Shrimp.
Millennium shrimp in hand. Okay, so you finally see him join another group of a group of fellow urchins, and they begin to engage in appropriate games such as pushing hoops down hills with sticks.
Oh god.
Terrible game. You
The
must
greatest game.
confiscate it
Not
immediately.
Play jacks.
Why is he not getting paid? What the fuck?
Well, the guy must be paid.
I find 2 of them, skin them so they're skinned together and wear it as a suit as I try to charm the others.
No. For a start, there are too many opposed roles there to declare them one
God
at a
damn it.
time.
The
For
thing
the
is that
start, Ruford, why don't you just go and fucking ask him?
Rufus is already the thing.
Anyway,
Is that it? Is that what's happening?
What? You're...
They're just playing.
Yeah, they're playing.
I'll hang around, creep.